the Italians, they'd be making their wine,
Yeah.
and all my buddies hated it because they didn't help their parents.
Yeah.
The wine would come in crates in a big truck. There might be 50 cases of wine.
Yeah.
And the truck will come down and they drop it in somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of the kids like Vinny Albrico or something.
Yeah.
So they had to spend a week preparing the wine. That was a must for them, Italian.
Yeah.
But was always, and then the other one, I'll tell them about we're in the Boston in the Wang Center one time, and this Squeeze Pianadoso, we come out about 10, 11 o'clock, and he says, let's go to the Babu games.
Yeah.
Right? So the Babu, and that was they were held in East Boston.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention
they were illegal, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, they were very illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we'd come out of the Wang Center, and this Squeaks Pianadoso says, let's go to the Babu again. So we go over to Haymarket Square. Was right near the entrance to the Callahan Tunnel going over to Boston. So we'd wait there for a while. He'd call up, and then a big limousine would pull up. And we get in the limousine, and we're right in the entrance to the tunnel. But then we drive all around the common and everything, make sure nobody was following us, like the police or something.
Yeah.
And then we come right back to the tunnel and go through.
Yeah.
And these Babu games, where the heck were the Babu? Right next to the police station in East Boston. They're being protected by the police, of course.
Really? So there were. So you think
we'd be there all night playing?
Was it definitely? Do you think it was mafia?
Oh yeah. But,
No.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely. What's his name?
Had kickback?
What's his name? Angiolo used to control him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it would go in there, and I used to hold the money all the time because there was Pete Siglio and 6 of them around the table. There was a table, and I started doing this. You had to have 2 piles of money, right? And then they'd be saying, "Give me $5, give me 10." And I had all the money. I hold, and they go, "Oh, give him 10, I give him 5."
Yeah.
And then there was a guy up there in a ladder with a machine gun.
Yeah.
He'd be sitting on the ladder watching the game in case somebody held him up or something.
Yeah. Wow.
But it was always.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was funny. And my mother used to go. She'd say in Irish part, "Jesus, Mary and St. Joseph, you hang around with all those guys, and the family name is going to be destroyed,
Yeah.
And next time they offered them again, you'll be hearing
Yeah.
that. Then I come home and I said, "Where were you this night?" Or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just the two of them. My brother and sister. My
Yeah.
brother was dead.
Of course. Yeah.
And then they always invited me every Sunday. I go to a different Italian home for dinner.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
amazing.
kind of find out Butchie. There was 2 Butchie, Butch Russo, the usher. I don't know if you met him, and Joe Morello. They're about the same size.
Yeah, they're huge, right?
But I went to Butchie's house, and he said, "Come on, Jay, you're gonna come over." Well, you should see the layout. His mother would be meatballs and spaghetti, steak, chicken, all in the same meal.
Yeah.
And I always said, "No wonder Butchie weighed 400 pounds."
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
No, there was all kinds of incidents.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There was something to do all the time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess lastly, I'll wrap it up and we can finish it up. But
Well, every once in a while, some people would be missing. We couldn't find. We didn't know why.
Really? Oh, geez.
Charles River was always full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So how different? I mean, you talk about going around and you sort of being away from your house all day, and then there was no cell phones or anything, so your mom would ask you where you were after you left. But how different were things back then than they were now? Racially, economically, just life in general.
I caught the end of a depression. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were out of work.
Yeah.
And I know, what was it? I remember when my father always had a job, and he always wanted my brother Jim to be a carpenter.
Yeah.
He says people with a trade would always have work during the Depression, because they just come through it. So Jim always claimed that he couldn't drive a nail straight.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he says I just didn't have it,
Yeah.
So then he went off to work, and then the war come along, and we always went out riding in the car Sunday. This is years before. This is about 19. Let's see. The war started in 1941, December 7th, 1941.
Right. Pearl Harbor. Right?
But before that, just a little bit before that started, we'd always go out and a ride on Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah.
We'd have a Sunday dinner.
Sure.
And then we always went for a ride down along Quincy and places like that.
Yeah.
and we always had red meat. We always was steaks, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And my mother claimed years later that she fed my father too much red meat. That's
Yeah.
what killed him. You know.
Yeah.
But then we go down along the coast in Quincy place.
Yeah.
There's a big clam place there.
Yeah.
And we'd always stop in with clams.
Yeah.
We were out driving around a Sunday afternoon when the war said Pearl Harbor was attacked. We
Yeah.
were just getting out of the car, and everybody was going, "Where the hell is Pearl Harbor?" You know?
Yeah. Hawaii.
And then later on, they all said, people were saying, who was the Japanese attack? Oh, the Japanese will beat them in a week. You know.
Yeah.
We had.
It's amazing.
I was training with wooden guns. We had nothing.
Yeah.
You know, really nothing.
Yeah.
But I always remember my father and my brother got their draft card the same day.
Same day, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
That was epic, yeah. And my brother said, "No, I don't want to join the Army." He says, "I'm going to join the Navy because I can't see myself training with bayonets. I
Yeah.
can't see." So he said the first thing they did in the Navy was train with bayonets.
Yeah, I bet.
Bayonets. I can't
Yeah,
see sticking
ironic.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
I just want to show you this. This is from
So
our,
these are the
our-
guys.
This is from our wedding. And that's
let's see, I'll
there's
show
all-
the-
There's all the
Oh, this-
Put
there
this
they
in.
are,
Charles
yeah.
Italian friends.
See
They're
that
all
picture right
excited
there,
about it,
Yeah, there they all are. That's a great picture. I'll have to
Yeah.
take a picture of that and print
Do
it
you
off and
want
put it in
to-
the.
Do you
Put it
want
in the
their all the
project.
names? The whole name.
Yeah, sure. Let me see if
Blue
it.
soap, yeah,
think
those.
make sure the
You wanna
computer
take a-
still works.
You want to look at them,
So,
see
what'd you
who's
get there?
who.
Yeah. Here's Butch there, see him?
Yeah,
And Johnny Petriello, he was in the Marines for 20 years.
yeah,
And he used to hang around with us. He was
Yeah.
a little older.
yeah. It's amazing how they look like you're
Yeah,
like
they were-
Italians, like people you'd see in a movie,
Oh,
right?
yeah, this Ace
Like,
Capone. This is
Good,
Ace.
Goodfellas or whatever,
That's,
like right?
That's Tut.
The Godfather.
They all have nicknames. That's Tut. Tut
Yeah.
Russo. This is Ace Capone.
Yeah.
This is
Ace Al, right?
this is
Friends of Al Capone.
This is what takes his name? They're two brothers. His name was Chuck. No, it was I can't think of his name. There's Vinny Alberico and Johnny Petriello.
Yeah.
And Butchie Russo. There's my brother Jim and my Jim McLaughlin. And my brother Jim Bryan. And
Yeah.
who else? Yeah, and Fat Joe Morello.
Yeah, Fat Joe
And
Morello.
Tony DeRay.
Mhm.
Frankie Brandolino.
That's
Listen,
awesome.
Efron.
Yeah, it's amazing. So like, how is life? I mean, I know obviously things have
Yeah.
changed so much, but
Oh, yeah.
how is life different back now? Like speed wise, it seems like everything was so simple back then. Like
Yeah.
on Sundays you were out with the family and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
went and got dinner and you drove around Quincy like you said. And
Yeah.
nowadays everything seems so hectic. How different?
Well,
is it
you know,
nowadays
It went
from
to
back
the
then?
computer age and everything.
Yeah.
You know? And of course, I was a little kid when the 1938 hurricane. That was on a Wednesday afternoon, and I had a half a day in the. Let's see, 1938. I'd be 7 years old. I was in the Marshall Springs School in Watertown, Waverly Ave.
Yeah.
And the hurricane came along. Nobody knew anything about it.
Yeah.
And my mother was in ironing at home on Myrtle Street. She was ironing, and all of a sudden it got windy, but never realized
Yeah.
the hurricane. She looked
Yeah.
out the window, and Mrs. Kale was on a porch next door,
Yeah.
and she's out there doing all these crazy. And my mother looks out of the porch. She says, "Gee, is Mrs. Kale gone crazy or something?"
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was going. So we looked out, and there's 3 huge trees in front of our house.
Yeah.
They went like this: 1, 2, 3. They were bigger than these trees here, way
Yeah.
bigger.
Wow.
1, 2, 3 in a row, right?
That's amazing.
And then it took years to cut them out because we had no electric saws or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So lots of times all the street they just cut the tree off over
Yeah.
the street and leave the roots there. Years later,
Yeah.
then the war come along, and a lot of the roots were still there for years
Yeah.
after. But
It's
we used to
amazing.
have to cut them out with hand saws, man.
Yeah.
Big trees like
And of course nowadays you have all the
Oh, the
electronics.
electric
Yeah,
one.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, you're always very scheduled. Even
Yeah.
little kids, they're
Sure.
all scheduled.
Show Nana over there.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, everything is scheduled now. You know,
Oh yeah,
when,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you know
yeah.
when your mother and uncles they'd play out in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
you know now everything is very
Everything's
scheduled.
organized.
You go,
Yeah.
here, go there, go there.
We had more freedom. I
Yeah.
can remember we'd go up to the park, would choose up sides and everything.
Yeah.
All kinds of fights going on.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
I tell that story about, I don't know, it might be boring, but we'd always be down the park and we'd choose our own sides and everything. And we'd throw out fingers and we'd choose sides. And it was always the first play of the baseball game, no umpire in it.
Yeah.
So the ball would go down a short, somebody throw it at first, and when they say out, safe, out. The game never got completed. The
Yeah.
play would start, and then we started throwing rocks at each other.
Yeah.
And then 12 o'clock. This is like on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We all let's go for dinner. We go home, and we go home and we have a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
The whole gang would be packed, loaded.
Yeah.
Then we go back down, start the same thing. Then at 1 o'clock we go back down, shoot some sides again.
Yeah.
You know, first place safe, out, big fight.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were funny.
Yeah.
They were great. They were great fun.
That's awesome.
The times are really done. You were on your own. You went off to the park, and there was no fun. There was no fear of anybody attacking you or anything.
Yeah.
And we were all very
safe.
close.
It was very safe.
Yeah.
Every
safe, yeah.
family knew everybody in the houses. You know.
Yeah,
Next
it's
door.
amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And it'd be right away if something happened. Never any violence, no
Yeah.
murder, no nothing. You know, because we're all. In other words, we're all poor.
Yeah.
Everybody was poor, so you all know it's like the same boat. You know?
Yeah. It's amazing.
And Benny Cates up the street had a junkyard,
Mhm.
and we used to sneak in the back of the junkyard, and we'd steal the parts off the bicycles.
Yeah.
We'd steal them all. Then we'd go home. I made more homemade bicycles.
Yeah, I bet.
Sometimes one wheel would be bigger than the other wheel.
Yeah.
The bicycles went 26, size 26 and 28.
Yeah.
And then every day I'd paint the bicycle, another paint, go down a little can of paint. I had more paint, you get paint
Yeah.
all over. And then I hit something, a big chip of paint would chip off.
Yeah.
And it had about 8 colors in it.
Yeah, I bet.
Like this, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A little thing. You did more. You have more freedom on your home.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
had to-
Yeah, anyway, well, thanks so much for the interview, Papa. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
Yeah, I could go on and on.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it was great, and learned a lot about the Italian friends, your life growing up, and
Oh, yeah,
your
they're
family,
great
the
friends,
immigration, all that.
Yeah, and they're
That's,
all dead. And they're all dead.
they're all dead now,
We're up in the cemetery yesterday, Memorial Day, and there's one here, one there, one
Yeah,
there.
it's amazing. Time flies, right?
It certainly does.
Does, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, the cemetery we're in, that one of the firefighters is buried right over near my mother.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's.
Yeah,
cemetery.
I bet, yeah. Amazing.
There's a lot more I can remember. Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah, I think that was great.
Swimming in the river with no clothes on.
Oh yeah, the
That
Charles
one, yeah.
River. Yeah, everyone says it's so polluted nowadays. Not back then, right?
Well, it was polluted then, but you never got to see them.
Right, you're fine.
Little snakes would go by, and
Yeah.
turtles.
Yeah,
We drag a turtle out of it, must have 50
yeah,
pounds.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we heard the Chinese people liked them. We dragged it down, all the way
Yeah.
down. The Chinese people are always into laundry. Like,
Yeah.
So we're dragging the turtle down the street. Finally, we gave up and threw him back in the river.
Yeah,
Because we heard they like turtle soup.
right.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah. Yeah.
So now what do you do with this now for your project?
So I'll
Have to edit it?
yeah, I'll have to end it, and then that probably be that. But anyway, Papa, I'll shake your
Oh,
hand.
yeah, God bless.
Thank you, Papa. Yeah.
I got a lot more stories, but so.
He's running
Yeah.
out of time.
No, I think that's perfect.
Well, the one going to the movie, that was just a lot more.
There's
You
more,
you remember that story?
A little more to it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You
Sure.
didn't want to put it.
No, don't put it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that's
Well, thank you, Papa.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.